Alright, before I get started, I do want to say that I genuinely appreciate the support that I'm getting. I'm not getting many subscribers, not as many as I would like, but for the ones that do actually hit that subscribe button, and for the ones that are interacting in the comment section, you leaving your comments whether you agree or disagree, man, I appreciate it all. I would hope one day soon that I can get access to a community wall. I think from my understanding you have to have a certain number of subscribers, and the reason why I want access to a community wall is because it's a lot easier, it's a lot more convenient for me to post something as opposed to sitting down recording a video, editing and doing all that stuff. Like I don't have as much time as I would like to do that. So the community wall would give me access to do that, and on top of that, I'm a writer, so I would be doing more writing post-wise versus videos. But regardless, I do appreciate the support that I am getting. Know that I genuinely appreciate y'all. But getting into the video, I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible. The title speaks for itself. From me and to the men that think that use the age of consent to justify talking to kids, you sick. And that's really all it come down to. I have a strong disdain, a strong sense of hate for men that think like that, because me as an individual, I've always cared about kids. I've always protected kids. I don't care if they're my kids or not. How I look at it, all kids are my kids, and I wish all of us really operated from that standpoint, that village mentality, that we are going to protect all kids no matter if they're our kids or not. Unfortunately, all of us don't think like that, but being that I do, I have a certain disdain for the ones that's out here preying on them. But what brought about the video, this video, I was on a live, and the age of consent became a topic of discussion, and the channel holder, he's saying the same thing, that if you out here preying on kids, you sick. But then there were men that, to my surprise, that were actually coming up and trying to defend people that go off the age of consent, as in this is considered an adult, or I just go to another country that has a younger age of consent, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, bro, what world are we living in, or where have I been that things have gotten to the point that it is, as far as what you would think would be so simple to understand, it don't seem so simple. And so anyway, I eventually, because I was in and out of the live, so I eventually left a comment saying, something along the lines of, it's crazy how men in general, we really don't fool with laws, but as soon as it come down to the age of consent, all of a sudden we turn into law-abiding citizens. And I just said, really, it just sums up to not having morals. I didn't think anybody could disagree with that. I didn't think anybody would be bold enough to jump out there and disagree with it and expose themselves. But some dude actually did jump out there and left a comment saying that the comment that I left made no sense, had no logic to it. The men that think that prey on kids, they go off the standpoint of the age of consent is to protect minors. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm missing something, because the age of consent, the actual age that they put in, it's all the age of minors. But who am I? What do I know? But and he ended it with something along the lines of, you're not gonna change a man's mind based on some stance, based on morals. And for me, I didn't comment. All I said was that your logic lets me know is there's no need to conversing with you. But the ending of what he said, you're not gonna change a man's mind based on morals, and that's what is the context of this video. That's the problem. We as men, well, those men, but we as men from a general standpoint, it don't necessarily have to deal with the age of consent, but as it pertains to the age of consent, we as men don't operate with morals to let us know, like, you know that it is wrong, so you're not operating with that. I'm not surprised that you would be out here preying on kids. I'm not surprised that you would be a sick individual. I'm not surprised that you would be a pedophile, because you don't have morals, which is the issue that I was talking about. So all in all, just to make this video as quick as possible, parents, adults, even if they're not your kids, we have to do everything in our power to protect these kids. And really and honestly, this is one of those situations that I wish we had enough organization in our community, that way we could police ourselves, because we wouldn't have to depend on the police or whoever else, or the people making these laws, to come do something about these individuals. We can take care of that. But, you know, wishful thinking, because it's going to take a lot for us to be that organized and to be able to police ourselves. But honestly, I wish that we could, because individuals like that out here preying on these kids, and then you destroying these kids' lives, because then as they progress in life, they got to deal with certain trauma, so on and so forth, and ain't no telling which way that'll go. And it's just like, I don't know what to say about them individuals. I have a strong sense of hate for those individuals. And me, I can pretty much talk to anyone. I'm really into mental health, and I like to, you know, try to extend my hand to people and try to sit down, help them out. I ain't got to know you to try to help you out, but what I can say, individuals like that, I want nothing to do with them. I don't want to help you out. It takes a special type of person to be able to sit down and talk to these people out here preying on kids, talk to these pedophiles, talk to these people that's out here, you know, destroying these kids' lives. I'm not one of those ones that's going to talk to you. I have nothing to say for people like that. I don't. How I operate on camera, I can say a whole lot more, but, you know, my videos are really for kids, so I watch what I say. But if it's a, you know, adult conversation, I'm around adults, it's a lot of other stuff that I can say, but I'm gonna keep it, you know, on the up and up. But adults, parents, the community, we got to do a better job protecting these kids, because there's a lot of these men out here, unfortunately, that's preying on them. So we got to do our part to protect them.